So we are at the airport, and this is my first time leaving my kids, and my husband, I guess. But I am feeling excited, really excited for this trip. I'm looking forward to it. I miss my kids. As soon as I drove off, I started getting emotional. So there's that. But eventually, I think I'm gonna be relieved and just really be able to know that they're safe, which they are, and take this trip and get the most out of it. I know I need this, so I have good feelings. I'm ready for it all. Hey, this is Living as Carmen, and as you can see, I had my first solo trip. No kids, no husband. I was gone for 3 nights. I call it like a spiritual women's retreat. The actual name of the event is called Matriach Rising Festival. I follow a page on Instagram called Free Birth Society, and a lady that runs it, she puts this whole thing together. There was about 300 women there, more or less. It was a trip I almost didn't go to. I kind of forgot all about it, and then I came across it, and I was just like, I need to go. Like, I couldn't think about anything else. I was just like, I need to be there. I need to go. Like, it is calling me. I need to be there. So I talked to my husband. I got my funds together, and we were able to make it happen. I'm so happy I did it. I would do it all over again. I don't even know where to begin. So I guess I'll talk about what it is. So it's only women only. You camp out. So I had to pack a tent and all my necessities, which I'm pretty low maintenance. So there wasn't really much stuff that I packed. You had options of like glamping or having an RV or camping from your car. There is also opportunity to bring some kids, but they have a limited amount of tickets for it. It's literally for all women at whatever stage of life you are at. So the entire festival was from, I believe, a Tuesday to a Sunday. I, however, went from a Wednesday to a Saturday, so I did less time, which was better than nothing for me. As soon as I arrived, I got there, I set up my tent. I have my whole itinerary. I put it in this real plastic thing because I like having a plan. I like a general idea of how my day is gonna look, what I wanted to do, because this is 4 full days of workshops and activities. So sometimes there's workshops or activities at the same time, so you had to pick which one you wanted to go to. So that's why I had to make sure I had everything mapped out. So I ended up doing an herb walk, and then after the herb walk, I did a village prenatal. And then after that was like 2 hours. That was a really long workshop. Then it was like dinner right after that. The village prenatal, I think my whole purpose of going there was for this workshop. It was so healing. It was so powerful and beautiful. Like, I don't even have the word capacity in my brain to express or explain what I felt during this workshop. We talked about our like fantasies of giving birth, our experience from birth, just kind of an open space for whatever that was. Pregnant women on the inside, and then the outside they called it the elephant circle, I believe, and it was the non-pregnant women. But there were, doulas there. There were, just women there, no kids that were around, like non-mother kids, you know what I mean? Just women in general around the circle. And, we sang music, like music, chants, music. And for me, it was so uplifting. In open space, you talk about like any fears or any worries, but in a section we sat there, the women like gather around singing, and it was just so powerful. I don't think I've ever felt anything like this. It was just, like, I started crying. Like, it was kind of like any parts of me that needed healing, or any parts of me that needed love, any parts of me that just needed to be there, got what it needed. I can't describe it. Like, you just had to be there. So they have this saying about how this festival is, you know, where the wild women gather. Like, magic happens when women gather. And it truly is. Like, it was. And that was just the first day. That was just day number 1. And I'm like, this is why I came here. Like, I knew something like that was going to happen. Like, it was so beautiful. The thing about why this place is so beautiful is because it's like a free judgment zone. From what my experience, there was like no judgment. It was just free to be my authentic self, my raw self, my like animalistic self, like my wild woman self, like my highest self. It was just so freeing and liberating. Like, nothing like it. And it's just women, and mind you, like, I went there by myself. I didn't know anyone, but there was this sense of community and this sense of safeness. Like, the one day I went to shower and there was this mom there and she had a baby on the ground, and I was like, hey, like, do you want me to hold your baby? Like, while you do your thing? She's like, yeah. And like, gives me the baby, like, no problem, no second thoughts, like. And that's it. Then I had this baby with me who was calm the entire time while she like went to the bathroom. She showered. She came out like 20 minutes later, and I'm still with the baby, like, outside the bathroom. And it was just like literally a sense of community. Like, we're all there to help each other, to love each other. Let me talk about other things that I did. So there's a lot of things that I've never heard about as well at these workshops, but like, I still wanted to like learn and experience it. I did yoga. Every morning I was there, of course. They had different yoga instructors, different types of yoga that you could do. We did bonfire and drum circles. That was so cool. I like want to get a drum, and like, it was just a vibe. It was just so fun. So it just kind of spoke about and informing us about periods, how we should eat, what our period goes through, and how we're supposed to nourish by where we are in our cycle. So that was really informative. And like I said, I only went to half the class, so the part that I was there, that's what they spoke about. Oh, so this was the second day. So most of you know, if you guys follow me on my social media, that I've been thinking about eating meat. All right, and then I recently, one of my episodes, I put on the first time I ate halal meat in 7 years or so, 7-8 years. So there was no halal meat over there, but excuse me, everything was like organic, very clean. So there was bacon there, right? And I was like, if I ate bacon, I'm not gonna tell anyone, right? So the bacon is there. I'm kind of looking at it. I have like a waffle, I have my fruit, I have some yogurt, and these other women come through and they're like, wow, I haven't had bacon in a long time, and took some. And then this other lady was like, same. It's like the judgment of myself. You know, like, why am I judging myself if I eat this meat? And then I did it. I took 2 pieces. I ate the 2 pieces. It was delicious. However, I did not feel good for the rest of the day till about dinner time. There was stuff I wanted to do and I didn't even do. I went and took a nap. I had a stomach ache. And, you know, I was like, I'm probably not going to eat bacon again. But I did it. And it kind of opened that door for me in a sense of like being just more comfortable about eating meat. Being not so judgy about myself about eating meat. That was something I feel like I needed, you know, just kind of like I fit and I did it. And now we've been eating meat like once a month, once every other week. But yeah, so we're getting there. So it's just, you know, it's a process, but the fact that whatever my brain is going through on this process about eating meat, I'm like knocking it down. And I love that for me. So yeah, so like that was something really important that was like small that meant a lot. So I went to a workshop about how to facilitating women's circles, and that's something I really would like to bring to my town. Need at least 3 women, and I feel like I have at least 3 women, and it's a space, you know, there's rules you set in place, there's no advice, you know, there's different topics we can speak about, but it's just women, and it's a safe space for us to just do some healing, let go of things, and yeah, like I really, something that's what I would really love to start doing eventually. And then we had like a silent disco, which was freaking awesome. Like, you just had headphones, there's 3 DJs, you could pick the station you would want to jam out to, and that was really fun. It was really liberating. It's like a full moon, and we were like, how when the moon came out, like, it was so awesome. It was so fun. That was pretty empowering. It literally had, like, we were speaking to our womb. Like, we had a partner on that workshop, and I don't know if any of you know this, but they say, for example, like, I had a daughter, right? So when my daughter was in my tummy, you know, she develops her like eggs in her little, you know, in her womb. So I'm carrying my daughter's like future kids, right? So my grandmother carried me, you know, it's like that bloodline. So, and just in general, just like this ancestry thing where we were able to like talk to our ancestors too, and just try to like heal from those generational curses, or heal from those generational trauma, and healing presently, and what we hope to carry on forward, if that makes sense. But it was really beautiful. And then later that day we did a Matriach reclamation ceremony, and we had to wear red. I don't know what I was gonna walk into, but basically it was like reclaiming our like womanhood when we had our first menstrual. So that's what we spoke about, and it was really pretty. And then I finally got to do another workout. So it was like a workout class again, and it was so fun. And this lady that taught the class is like phenomenal, and she was more pregnant than I was, and her energy, her like, people think like I'm in shape. Like, I was so tired, and this lady just kept going, and it was so fun. And then there was a talent show, and that was awesome to see all the women like show their different talents. And then I left later that night. I had a early flight on Saturday morning, which I ended up missing. And I cried at the airport. Like, it just kind of messed up my entire day. Missed 3 events that I had that day. But you know, I was really happy once I made it back to see my kids, and I just stayed home. And after that, I've just been very busy. This is like my first episode since I left. Life's been lifing. Summer's been summering. The kids are busy. I am busy. I am tired. My tummy's growing. And I'm just been trying to be more present. My mom life and my wife life, embracing it. You know, like, it was such a beautiful reset for me to do that and come back and like feel like I could take on anything, you know, especially, I don't think I've spoke about it yet, but I mean, I am speaking from my truth, my experience, okay? You don't have to agree with anything I'm about to say or what I'm about to share, but this is my life, this is my experience. So like most of you know, I've had home births. I try to be natural and holistic as best as you can. I'm like 50-50, 50-40, 60-40 maybe. Hey, baby. My little one, my big little one just woke up. I got that bed hair. So I've never been like seeing a doctor in a long time. So I went to go see a doctor, and you know, my iron was low. I have like friends that work in the medical field. I spoke to them for a little bit. At the time, I was almost in my second trimester of pregnancy. You know, I was holding off to find a midwife. I low-key wanted to do like a free birth, like everything on my own. But then my family doctor was kind of just expressing his concerns, but at the same time, just kind of like a thin line between spreading concerns and like being fear-based about it. And I didn't like that at all. My iron was low with my first son. So it's kind of something, and then I took a supplement and was fine. I don't know how low it was. But anyways, I feel like I'm very in tune with my body. I listen to my body. I trust my body. I trust my baby. So like that was just like really like just low vibrations, like just low vibes like coming in. I kind of needed to like reset from that as well and go to these women who had their home births and their free births and people telling them it wasn't a good idea or they couldn't and they did. Like I needed to be around that. So now that I'm talking out loud and thinking about it, that first day when I had that village prenatal thing, it was probably me letting go of fear, letting go of like those lower vibes that were in me that were kind of put in by my doctor. Because then I did see my midwife. I did end up hiring a midwife shortly after that, so I can discuss with her. And she's like, all right, take this supplement, which was like the beef liver, take this supplement, the iron, continue, and we'll check in a few weeks. And like, that was it. And she was so uplifting and so positive. I'm like, yeah, this is what I need. It was a nice reset. That's where I was getting at. So I feel like it's not for everyone, but I would recommend it for sure. I would love to go again. I want to go with my mom. Like I want to bring like all these women that I care about and love, and because it was just so beautiful. I'm gonna put like their information down on like the description below, and that's all I have for today. Thank you for sharing space. I hope you continue your healing. You continue your journey to your better self. And I'll see you on that episode. Peace and love.